what you want, when you want it, where you want it. This is The Mesh.
Hey everybody, welcome back to StreetCircleDrive here on themesh.tv. We are so glad that you came back for a second episode.
We're still running.
We're still here. Right. Haven't been censored or anything else yet. So thanks for coming back again. We're on themesh.tv right now. Hope that you have checked into the other shows that we have on The Mesh, whether it be through iTunes or Facebook or on our website, themesh.tv. Wherever you found us, we're glad you're here. But we are going to go ahead and get kicked off. And with appropriate timing, it is the end of summer right now. Tomorrow, at this time of recording, is officially the last day of kid summer, if you will.
Is this when parents rejoice?
Parents are probably jumping for joy. I do know some parents that are pretty sad about it, though, because it is a pretty cool time to have a nice break with your kids over the summer. But tomorrow is the last day that I'm driving my kids to camp for the summer of 2017.
Free daycare.
Whoop, whoop.
Yep.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, summer is expensive.
Summer.
I'm talking about public school. I'm paying for that.
I was about to say, you don't even have children, so let's think about that.
Hashtag no kids club.
True. So, but being that it's back to school, it got us thinking here around the table about everything that Hickory has to offer when it comes to education. Now, of course, we know that this show is really geared towards locals and reiterating things that probably locals know about, and we're just diving a little deeper. But we also want this to be the type of show that you could share with someone who's thinking about moving to Hickory or someone that's researching the area. And we know that one of the top questions we hear is, what is your school system like? So not just our school systems, our education opportunities, and so we wanted to look a little bit further into that.
Absolutely. And that's, a lot of the times it's about opportunity. And what opportunities do you have where you live, near where you live and whatnot. And we always, here in Hickory in the Catawba County, we know that we have some unique situations that really have some wonderful benefits to them. One of them being we have 3 school districts in our county, which is relatively unusual for the state. There's 100 counties. There's only 115, 116 school districts. So for a county our size, we have 3 of them. We got Hickory Public School System. You got Newton Conover City School System. And you got Catawba County Schools. So your typical offerings within your public school systems, and they work in concert with one another very well on larger issues.
Agreed. It's always nice to see whenever we've been around that there's really, it's not a nasty situation. No. The borders are obviously very tight around there. Mm-hmm. So, your neighbors are going to different school systems and stuff.
We live right down the road from each other.
We don't live far from each other, and our kids are not only in different schools, different districts.
We're in the county. So and it works. It works well. Like we said, we live in Hickory City.
Yeah.
But from where we are, we're in the county school district. And, there are benefits and pluses to both. We've got great elementary school. And at the end of the day, we all know it comes down to the teachers. So we love the people that live in our community. We've got great folks. We've got great teachers. There's unique opportunities. I know even at Hickory High with the International Baccalaureate IB program. Yeah. I'm not even going to pretend to speak. I know what that is.
It's a big deal. That's all you need to know. It's a big deal. Yeah.
Don't worry about it. We weren't in those classes.
Yes, exactly. Any of the I don't head up the Smart Kids class discussion. I'll leave that to others.
If you know more about the International Baccalaureate program, please call us.
Might be smarter than this guy.
Yeah. No, it is. It's a big deal. It takes a lot of, it's a long process to be approved for that, too. So it is an honor to receive that, and you have to keep it up.
Yep.
So.
Absolutely. And so we've got, even within the Hickory School District, something that's relatively new still. I still call it was HCAM, the Hickory, is it Career Arts Magnet? Right. Thank you very much. Yeah. And that is a fabulous school. It's right near LR, so it's right in the city. Mm-hmm. And, their whole on their website, their description of their school is a career acceleration high school with technical arts centered academics. Students take high school credits. and coursework, and choose career programs like culinary, firefighter academy, forensics, graphic design, theater arts, and such. So not only is there your traditional public schools, but this is a public school, and it is built out on itself for where kids still take those high school credits and have this opportunity really for not only work experience while they're in school, but they're already getting advancement degrees towards a certificate or associates, and it really blends in really well with what you see as a need in today's workforce, which is that on-the-job training, people that are prepared to go work right now.
And we've been lucky enough to actually do some work over at HCAM, and these classes are cool. I mean, forensics, you're
I had no idea that could be something that would be taught in high school.
Absolutely. Public high school, nonetheless.
Far cry away from woodshop.
Yeah. Forensics, dance, theater, the culinary side, photography. It's really cool stuff. They've got a great setup over there, and
I think
some really good
they've
teachers.
had some rewards and some serious recognition for students that have gone through. I know photography, they've had some state awards and recognition. Cosmetology, the same, maybe even national for that. So there have been a lot of great things going on there. And similar even with, we've got the Discovery, the high school at CVCC, our local community college, which is shared by all three of our districts.
Yeah.
And I think even Alexander County, there's about 400 students that go there. And so, you're going there and people don't know what it is. And I think part of that is because, they don't have a football team or they, the things that we're used to when we think of your traditional high school experience. But they have people that are going through there, students that are in 4 years or 4.5 years, they're walking away not only with a diploma, but with an associate's that either is direct to work career experience or it's automatically transferring into college or university credits. I hate saying college credits because community college is college for a very reason. But, and Moose and I were talking about this earlier, the cost of college today. Are you kidding me? If I can have my kids walk away with 2 years of their college, basically free.
Yeah,
included within the cost of like a public school system.
School system, yeah.
That is phenomenal opportunity that is available to anybody within our districts.
Yeah, yeah. And the training they're receiving, just as a jump start, if you will.
Absolutely.
Not to mention, I personally love the idea of, they're being surrounded by older students and stuff, and they're in this setting already. They're getting some life skills too, if you will,
some independence,
and really prepping them to get mentally ready for university if they choose to go that route, or in a career in a field where they're going to have some responsibility, and they're getting that earlier than a lot of other people. I can speak from experience, I'm sure you guys can too, that there are a lot of people that I knew my freshman year of college that were not ready to be there. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but they really weren't,
Andrew Moose, nice to meet you. And I'll say this, you don't hear, when we were in high school growing up, there was basically really one track, and that's college or nothing. And, right now, these kids have just a plethora of things that they can go into, that they can experience. And I hate to say it like this, but when we were growing up, the kids that said, "Well, college might not be for me," there was a large contingency of teachers that were not necessarily involved with those kids,
and there were limited choices.
And there was completely limited on the choices that they had.
Yeah.
And now those kids that consider that, hey, I'm going to go directly into the workforce, they have so many options that they can do and can get on the job experience. It's just a great way that the education system's going in our area. That's for sure.
And let's be honest, we need some of those people too. Those are the people we need going into these fields. We live in a town that is a furniture manufacturing hub. I see jobs, signs for jobs and positions open all around town outside of these manufacturing places. And these are not the old school tossing wood in a fire to get the machines to work. These are high-tech, advanced
These aren't your
machinery.
granddaddy's factory.
No, absolutely
not traditional. We say it's not traditional
stuff.
manufacturing. Everything has moved now to, basically everything has moved to advanced manufacturing.
Yes.
And I would be remiss if I didn't talk about working with the CTE, career technical education components within all of our high schools here.
Absolutely.
Even now, for my day job, working with our community colleges on the construction industry and meeting their workforce demands. That's another one similar to manufacturing that's taken a little bit of an interest dip. But we have phenomenal programs right here. And I'll tell you what, just from the panic and the workload that increased since we've gotten out of the recession, of skilled people that know how to go onto a site or know how to understand the terminology and work some of the basics. There is a great need for that. And we have schools, Catawba County, that masonry, woodworking. I mean, you talked about the old shop class. Now it's specialized like everything else we do in the world. But it's beyond that. It's grown to be where you're really specializing in some of these skills and trades.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, you can walk out of there making good money and a good living, probably what I did coming out of grad school.
Yeah.
And then you're already 6 years ahead of me on the workforce. Now, that's not to affront. You should not go to get your associates in that or whatever it may be. I'll always be the one beating the drum for lifelong learning. But there are some great opportunities that are just beyond the one that we're inundated with all the time of go to high school, get that diploma, move on to the next school.
Go to college and get a diploma and then start then. Why not get that jump start? And quite honestly, right now, there's several places that I know of that we've worked with that will pay you to go to school and get trained specifically for what they want you to do. And
Pay you while you're in school.
While you were in school. They're paying for your school. There are those options out there. You got to research a little bit and find them, but they are out there. And in this area, we're very lucky, I believe, to have this number of opportunities available to people for really whatever route you might be on, whatever track you're going on,
Absolutely.
or your children are going on.
And I do think...
Not to mention affordable.
Oh, absolutely. And I do think this is one of those things, too, and we're talking about the education proponent on this show, but I do think as we move forward, we can even hear from some of the folks that are working in some of these other fields that we really have a great concentration of here in this area, because I know people are always plugging like, okay, what are the jobs? And then you got to backtrack, okay, what do I need to do and train to get those jobs? And I think companies are realizing there's not a, if you build it, they will come. I mean, you could drive by some of these facilities and not know that, because it doesn't have a swoosh or a half-eaten apple. You don't know what's going on inside of there, but you don't realize you're riding in a car where 20 parts were made in this county.
Yeah.
And so I think once people realize that and can connect those dots, and we're seeing a lot more of companies' ability and willingness to go out and meet their potential workforce, be it a young traditional student, somebody that's willing to go learn. We were talking about Apprenticeship Catawba. It's a program that started a while back where students can go take classes at CVCC, and then they're working towards 8,000 hours of on-the-job training with a company. And I forget the exact verbiage that they use, but for all intents and purposes, it is a guaranteed job waiting for you upon completion of these hours and this coursework. And it's dual in there, like Andrew said, it's paid for. I mean, opportunities like this will only grow and benefit everybody the more people are aware and know that this is the case.
Yeah, definitely. Employers, parents, teachers,
it has to be everybody.
Counselors, it has to be everybody. Yeah.
Yep. So sitting back and just waiting for it to come isn't happening. But we've talked about the public schools. We have that I can count, and correct me if I'm wrong, I know of 3 kind of independent private schools with, you got Hickory Day, Hickory Christian Academy, University Christian High School.
Yeah.
And then numerous schools that are church affiliated, like a St. Stephen's and so forth.
Tabernacle,
Forgive me if I forget all of them.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of those opportunities out there as well. I mean, there's an abundance of opportunities that are beyond just the traditional yellow bus coming and picking you up, dropping you off at the end of the day. So it is a blessing, and I know that's one of the reasons that we love where we live and having young children. And we lived here. We moved away briefly and realized this is the spot we want to be. And having those opportunities in this community has been wonderful. And that's just on the primary and secondary education front. And I know you folks came here and went to school here on the post-secondary because, for a community of 40,000 people, we have a small but growing and mighty private school here, Lenore Ryan University.
Yeah.
Go Bears.
Go Bears. I guess they switched over from College University 6 years ago now, somewhere in that range?
Ish, maybe a little more even, but yeah.
Time flies when you're getting old.
I know it.
But It's 2,600 students, give or take. It's been growing steadily over the last several years. They now have at least, I don't even know the number of colleges they have, but the money that, and I say money, that's the money that has been pumped into growing that school. I mean, an unbelievable, is a life science center.
Yeah, the new one.
The science complex.
The new science complex.
Yep.
They also built a new physician's assistant program. They built a building there too, yeah.
It's just the growth for that school and the opportunity there. And I know a lot of people think, oh, Lenore Ryan's a private school. I'll tell you what, you go talk to the administration, you go talk to the folks that are bringing in those undergraduates and graduates. I mean, they bend over backwards finding every dime. I think the percentage of students that receive some sort of stipend or grant in aid is north of 60%.
Yeah.
And so they do a very, very good job of making that affordable for those who need it to be or can make it be and still go get that education. And students coming from everywhere, and just they've grown on campuses. Of course, we're going to focus on Hickory. This is home base.
Yeah.
But they have a campus in Columbia, South Carolina, a campus in Asheville.
Yeah.
And they're beaming in students. They're able to grow that way. Master's programs.
They also partner with the Theological Southern Seminary
in South Carolina.
In Columbia.
Okay. Yeah, it really is just growing. I talked about on the last episode that I say we because I've got the diploma. I've got the diploma from there. We are getting ready to, have our brand new president, his inauguration coming up. So there's only been 12 university presidents in the whole history, and the school's been here for like 127 years, I believe. I think that's kind of cool. It just sounds neat. There's only been 12. So Dr. Fred Witt's coming in. He's pretty awesome. We're really excited to have him. But the school really is just, it's a completely different school from when we were there. And I'd like to think that wasn't that long ago, but...
Right, it wasn't.
Yeah,
it wasn't.
In the grand
Keep
scheme
telling
of things.
ourselves
Yeah,
that.
I know. Yes.
15... Mary Margaret and I have been gone from... Well, I have graduated from LR for 15 years. The exponential growth of that institution is... I'll just say this. It was a completely different school when we were there.
Yeah.
The amount that Dr. Wayne Powell has, the work that he put in the last 15 years or so with the board and the alumni, it's unbelievable. It really is. It's if you'd have told me when I graduated from LR in December 2002 that it would be what it is today, I wouldn't have believed you. I wouldn't have.
It really is. You mentioned that it's had good enrollment. It's been one of the only schools, I believe, in all of North Carolina that has not had a drop in enrollment during the really bad 2008, 2009, 10, those years where enrollment was just down. People weren't affording college. They weren't able to send their kids anywhere, public schools, private schools, anything, and there's just a lot of people that weren't able to do stuff. And Lenore Ryan has only grown every year in their enrollment.
And there's a great track record of people from out of state.
Yeah.
Jacksonville, Florida. There are some pockets that are just, I would have never guessed beforehand living here. And I'll tell you what, being here and not being an LR alum, you realize a ton of LR alums stay around here and have really helped to make Hickory what it is today. And they've just been here since they were here in school. Yeah.
And I know firsthand that Lenore Ryan is really committed to working hand in hand with City of Hickory and making this, a very much a gown to town, area where they're trying to engage the students. They're really trying to get the students to get out and experience all that Hickory has to offer so that we do encourage them to stick around. That's the whole goal. That's what we've been wanting in every, I'm sure in every episode we have coming up, we'll talk about getting that age group here and how to stay.
Well, every community is talking about it.
Right.
So
21 to 35-year-old demographic, that's what we're trying to retain in Hickory.
Yeah.
And it goes back to what McNally was talking about. There's, the amount of jobs that are available. We want to be able to fill those jobs with LR grads. I mean, that's just, we want these kids to stay. We want them to stay because they made a great decision to come to LR. We hope they can stick around and be citizens of our town because that's
the goal.
That is the goal.
And other, post-secondary, Community college, we touched on this a little bit. We do have, the North Carolina community college system is a large system.
Yes.
Out of 100 counties, 58 campuses. But we have, recently Niche Magazine, the number one community college in the state, is Catawba Valley Community College. We encompass for 2 counties, Catawba and Alexander to the north. But there's 3 different schools of study within CVCC, covering a wide range of, there's approximately 60 programs of study within CVCC, including you've got your arts and science college transfers. So it is really an all-encompassing college and they've got, your continuing ed, you've got your customized training where companies go and work with them to train their employees who are already engaged. Recently kind of reestablished and rebuilt their furniture academy, because while furniture is kind of a bedrock, and that's really how that school started.
Yeah.
Furniture hasn't gone away. It's just how it's being made has changed. So they really developed that furniture academy to help bring in that new next wave of workers. Manufacturing academy, CVC has a lot to hang its hat on, and a lot of people here, whether directly out of school or at some point in their life and career, have gone through that college for that training and that knowledge that they need for just life and career or fun. I mean, whether that's a photography class or some cooking class, whatever it might be.
Well, I mentioned last episode the, course offerings that they have for the community that are things like startup and small business stuff. There's such...
Like $60 a class.
Exactly. Yeah. They are such a resource, too, to have there. They do great summer camps for kids as well. Summerscapes is the program. It's and you know what? They have a really, really good sports program at CVCC. Won some championships within that realm, but also been a kind of a first step for some of those athletes that need a little more specialized attention before they move on to maybe the next level.
Absolutely.
Right. And I'd like to also mention the CVCC's turfgrass program. Those folks over there have got it figured out. They were a few years ago. I know that they went to some sort of competition or ranking, and they were second in the country, only behind Penn State. Now, if you have something like that, I mean, you can jump right into a career in golf course management, on the turf side, your own lawn care business, et cetera, et cetera. There's athletics. There's grass being grown everywhere, folks.
Yes, this is true. Good. No, it really is. That's some pretty cool stuff going on over there.
Right, and then touch on this briefly, but things that a lot of times get glossed over, but Appalachian State University, of course,
yes.
their main campus an hour north in Boone. We got a lot of ASU alumni here in the area, but even with the uptick in online learning, we still have that distance ed learning presence with an actual facility here in Hickory in partnership with CVCC, but you can get bachelor's, master's degrees from Appalachian State either in full-time capacity or part-time, depending on your schedule and work, right here off Highway 70 in Hickory. Also, they have the North Carolina Center for Engineering Technologies, which is a program of app, and they work with all of the university system, especially targeting engineering-related fields. Western Carolina has been, teaching and therefore awarding their bachelor's in engineering technologies degree for the last 8 years. And there's a lot of things that people just don't know or think of. So, we really are, if you don't think and you just get, like everywhere in every community, and here is no exception, when you get your blinders on, you get used to the things you see, you forget about really the breadth we have.
How much we have to offer. It really is, like you said, I mean, you kind of take it for granted when we live here. But
absolutely.
It's nice to know when we have children. 2 of us out of the 3 have children here. But, Moose, I'll you and I have had conversations about it before, that just because you don't have children, nobody wants to live in a community that does not have good school systems or things. I mean, that's something even someone without children really does take into consideration.
Absolutely.
You're producing good citizens. Then you have, community support going on. Everybody loves hearing a marching band every once in a while,
That's right.
on a Friday night. So I can say that I'm a proud graduate of Catawba County School System. I went to Fred T. Ford and had a great time, and then went on to Lenore Ryan it is a little difficult to have children in the Hickory city system now, because that means my kids will go to Hickory High, and that was our big rival back in the day.
Against Ford. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but we've had such a great experience. I'm very lucky to be back in Hickory now, raising my children here. So I try not to take the school system for granted, for sure.
No, absolutely, and I think
you've got some kids.
I've got a few, and I've got them all here with me. We're going to have them come up. This is the back to school special.
Yes.
So we're going to bring in our back to school experts to come and give their insight as to, this special season that we are all familiar with in one capacity or another. So girls, real quick, I want you to introduce yourself. Tell us your name, how old you are, and what grade you're going into.
My name's Cameron. I'm 9 years old. I'm going into 4th grade.
Yeah.
My name's Izzy. I'm 7 years old and I'm going to 2nd grade. My name's Avery and I'm 7 years old and I'm going to 2nd grade.
Awesome. And you guys are wonderful because your last name is McNally, so I have a special place in my heart for you. Now, we've got a couple of questions as this is back to school season. When does school start?
No softballs. No softball questions here. Only hard-hitting ones.
When does school start back up? Monday, right?
Yes.
Who say me if you're excited about school? Right?
Me.
Oh, we got one.
Me.
Wow, I like it. Do you think you're going to get ice cream for saying me?
Yes.
Okay. Well, now I want Avery. What are you most excited about with going back to school?
Well, see my friends again. And, well, my teacher.
Okay, that's true.
Good.
Hey, Izzy, what are you least excited about with going back to school?
Probably doing a lot more math than I did in 1st grade. A lot. That's what I'm least wanted.
What are you most excited about, Cameron?
Maybe seeing my friends as well.
Yeah? So, what is your favorite subject to study at school?
Math.
Math? Obviously, you already complained about not wanting to do more math than you did in 1st grade, Izzy, so I am pretty sure if you say math...
Me neither.
What's your favorite subject?
What's the subject?
Thing you study at school? What's your favorite thing to do at school?
Go outside and play on the playground.
That's
Yeah, girl. You could say, or lunch is another exception.
Yes.
Avery, what about you? What's your favorite thing at school to do?
PE.
Oh, there we go. We got
There it
recess
is.
PE and math.
I'm the only one who chose
Something where you're actually-
you're learning.
Well, I'm sure the PE teacher, Avery picked PE. Izzy just said, I don't need a teacher for PE. I'm going straight recess. Well, awesome.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for coming. We're going to bring you back later for a special segment because I need your input on
Dantes.
a restaurant where we went to go visit. That's right.
Yes.
Okay. Girls excited about school?
Yes.
Give me a
Yes.
cheers. Yes.
Yes.
Pleasant.
Yes. Does that mean we get ice cream?
Oh, whatever. Go sit down.
Thank you.
Ice cream. Ugh.
Wait, nobody told me ice cream was on the table for this, because
Nobody told me ice cream was
Oh,
on the
okay,
table for
all right.
this, so I
Fair
guess
enough.
live and learn. when you're
talk
outnumbered,
a lot.
yeah, I'm outnumbered. I got 4-1 in that household. I don't win many battles, my friend.
True story. Thanks for bringing the kids, man.
Absolutely.
We got to have a little bit of real life.
That's what it's
happening
about.
There. It is. As we know, I mean, obviously, education's a very important part of this community, and thank you for bringing that up. And again, hopefully, this can be shared with some people that are considering moving to the area, and just hearing a very, very small segment of what it is we have to offer in this area.
We'll get back to your show in a moment. Just a reminder, you're listening to The Mesh, an online media network of shows and programs ranging from business to arts, sports to entertainment, music to community. All programs are available on the website as well as through iTunes and YouTube. Find out more at themesh.tv and give us feedback on what you like. And now, as promised, back to your show.
Segways. Speaking of things to do in the area,
Oh.
see what I did there?
You're good.
I'm trying. All right. So as I said last episode, I gave you some things of events going on and things that we thought might be kind of a cool event to go to, festivals and such. But this time I have just a couple of things to actually do in the area. They're not just a specific event. I really wanted to bring some attention to the Hickory Aviation Museum. Not sure if you guys have been there before or not, but It is in the airport, the Hickory Airport. And you walk in the front door, and to your right, you go down a little hallway, and you go back to the museum. It's a very small little 2-room area, but man, the stuff they have in there is phenomenal.
Tell me about it.
There are artifacts, there are suits, what do they call, like flight suits?
Yeah.
That people were wearing, different wars, different things medals, people's photos, real things that people have donated, things they found, all sorts of stuff.
Do they have old airplanes out there?
Mm-hmm.
They do. You walk through the little museum that has all the artifacts in it, and then it takes you to a door, and you go outside, and there's just like long rows of old airplanes.
I'm intrigued.
And they're pretty awesome. You can walk right up to them. One of them one day we were out there, and they had steps going up to it so you could see the inside and stuff. It depends on what day that is, I think. But it's just neat stuff. And when you're walking through, and there's a lot of the stuff that is from local people. So these are artifacts that are coming in from the war and from anything that has to do with planes, and the people who flew them. And it's right here in Hickory, and it's really, really cool stuff. But they sponsor a lot of neat things in the area, and I really recommend. It's free. It's free.
It's a great
you just
thing,
get to
obviously,
walk in
to
and walk around.
Kids too, or people that are interested in military,
Absolutely,
in any sort of flying aviation.
Yes.
So I mean, it is
Rainy day fun. So it sounds like
it really is, and I mean, pretty day fun too. If you want to go outside and see the planes.
Oh yeah, true story.
But the inside, I mean, it's not very big. It doesn't take very long. But like I said, it's a free activity. Go and do this. You can make a donation if you feel so inclined. But it's a really cool thing for people to do. So I encourage you to go check out the Hickory Aviation Museum. Note to self, they even let you host a party there if you want. You want to have a birthday party there? You want to have a kid's birthday party there? Moose's birthday party there?
Birthday's coming up.
Maybe.
May.
So it is some really every year. It's just a neat place to go, and I highly encourage you to check it out. Second place that I think you should check into, it's not really a place. I mean, I guess it is, but it's a company. Lake Hickory Adventures. You guys heard of this?
I have. Yes.
Yeah. This is a boat. A nice big boat that you can get on and eat some dinner and take a little dinner cruise.
Dinner cruise and tour, yeah.
Through Lake Hickory. And
cruising.
Sounds great. Yeah. I actually have not been on one, and I would like to.
I haven't either. I think they do theme ones. I want to say they do like a Halloween one. Like there's
I think it's special occasions.
Yeah.
I know they have live music on them. I know that.
They do. They have dinner and live music. You can rent the actual boat yourself for a private event up to 50 people. I mean, that's
good.
That's a lot of
big
people.
Boat. How big is this boat?
Big enough for 50 people?
As big as the Catawba Queen? Is that on your list?
Catawba Queen's not in Hickory.
Oh, that's right. I've only been on that thing once.
We were on it together, weren't we? We were at Lenore Ryan Sorority Social. Thank you.
That's right. I lost a flask off the side of that thing.
Good times. We'll stop there with those memories.
If you can remember.
That's why we're stopping, because I can't remember the rest. If you are interested in renting this boat, you can go, like I said, and get it for up to 50 people. You could just get some pizza and have it on there, or you can just go maybe with somebody, a friend or a significant other, whatever it may be, and go be a part of their evening cruise where you can just buy tickets for yourself. So you can join in with other people. Maybe a nice way to network, meet people in the area, get a little meetup group out there or something. I think it'd be really cool. But, Lake Hickory's got some beautiful sunsets and some really nice scenery to see along the way. It's a very nice, quiet drive. So it wouldn't, I think it'd be appropriate for anybody.
Absolutely.
They do offer gift cards, special events, things like that. So that would be a really cool gift to give somebody, I thought. But here's what I got going.
Uh-oh.
So we take the Hickory Aviation Museum, and then we take Lake Hickory Adventures. Okay? Those two things, air and water, those two things get combined, And we have a fantastic event that's sponsored by both of those places, by the museum and by Lake Hickory Adventures. It is called the Big Splash. This is the second year it's happening out on Lake Hickory. We will have the seaplanes coming back to Hickory.
That's
very
awesome.
That would be cool.
Very, very cool event. It is being held on October 7th with the rain date of October 8th, so it can happen the next day if need be. It's an all-day event from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Again, it's the Big Splash. It's where the seaplanes come in and land on the water, and you get to see they're all real colorful and big and not ones you see out here normally. You can watch it from Wittenberg Access. There's events out there as well as the Hickory Airport. And it's actually a fundraiser. It benefits the vetkids.org, so children of veterans, as well as Troop 275, Boy Scouts in the area. Benefits the museum, the Hickory Aviation Museum, as we talked about, the Seaplane Pilots Association, and, of course, Lake Hickory Adventures is helping kick that off. So there's food, vendors, games. It's a free event, but they, say, hey, maybe if you want to make a $5 donation here or there, that would be greatly appreciated. But it is a free, fun event for you to go out and watch with friends, family, whatever it may be. And again, it's just something that kind of happens rarely here. So go ahead and mark it on your calendar for October 7th.
That's just pretty cool.
It is.
I mean, I've
It's
always
a really
thought
neat
seaplanes
thing.
are cool. It's like you get used to just flying on, and you're like, hold on.
Yeah.
This thing's going to land.
It's really neat to see.
There.
And like I said, they're colorful and big and fun. You can go on Facebook. They have an event page on Facebook that you can like and say you're interested. You'll get your reminders for it and stuff. But it's a pretty cool thing. And so if you go and take part in these other two activities and then go support them all on the same day in October for the Big Splash, you're seeing some pretty cool stuff in Hickory.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Good work.
that's my spiel for today of events.
I can't wait for the seaplanes. I don't know about y'all.
I just saw
Holy
you
cow.
putting something in your phone where you
I was like, seaplane. I put
October
that in my
7th.
phone.
Yeah, it's on.
It's on my calendar.
Yeah, it's a cool event. So, great. But now on to our favorite part of the show.
Oh, man.
It's probably my favorite.
I mean,
running
obviously,
segment.
it's obviously McNally's favorite. Let me tell you, we went to Dante's Pizza and Subs today for lunch. It is a Hickory staple institution. It's located on Highway 127
Viewmont.
in Viewmont. #Viewmont. It is. Oh my gosh, I'm so full still. Today I had a turkey panini with a side of potato salad. And I'll just be straight up with you,
Did
folks.
you? Because I didn't see it on your plate long enough.
No, it was inhaled, and I'll just tell you what, I eat at Dante's at least once a week. I don't have to hit a main surface road to find Dante's Pizza and Subs.
Right.
I just don't. I can go back roads. I can catch Dante's. Ashley and I eat there all the time. It's fantastic. I'd like for you to go around the table and please tell our listening audience just how much you like Dante's too. Mary Margaret, I'll let you go first. Because, I mean, goodness gracious.
It's, first, let me just remind everyone that Dante's is pizza people and subhumans.
Oh, I forgot the tagline. Their
Yeah.
tagline is
Great tagline.
off the charts.
Pretty brilliant. Yeah, pizza people, subhumans. A little bit of everything at Dante's. Sub sandwich, salads, pizza.
Pizza, chicken wings,
Yeah.
chicken nuggets for the kids.
Just about anything to make everybody in your household happy. Dante's, fun fact, used to actually back in the childhood days be in the Valley Hills Mall in the food court, and it was a great stop down there. But now as grew and has a regular spot. It's been on 127 for a really long time anyway, so that was obviously ages ago. But I typically get the same thing whenever I'm there. If we order pizza, because they do deliver or they have a pickup window,
That's true, they do.
I will get a pizza. Like, we'll get a pizza for the family.
Right, their crust is just, let me tell you about their crust.
Phenomenal.
If you like the buttery, like thick and crunchy, you need to go there.
True.
Straight up, it's so good.
But if you, if I go there and I'm eating in the restaurant, I like to get the same thing, which is a custom slice. So you can tell them on the fly what type of pizza you want, make your own pizza, and you just have to get a slice. Note to self, one slice means two.
Hey.
Did you all know that? So if you say, I'd like
thought you
a
ordered
slice.
two. Ah.
No, I did not order two. I ate
How dare
two.
you, McNally.
But exactly.
saw her plate had two pizzas. I didn't know.
Yes. I I ordered one slice.
I'm not here to judge. You saw what I had.
I did.
We're getting to that in a minute.
We'll get to you. You over there, just wait. We will have one slice comes out as 2. And if you ask for it kid cut, they cut it in little tiny diamond-shaped pieces for easy access of your fork. But it's phenomenal. So today was no different. I got a custom slice of mushroom, onion, and bell peppers, one of my favorites, and I got a side salad to go with it, which is just a small house salad, and with the onions, cucumbers, carrots, and tomatoes.
Ready for this? $6 for that.
$6 for a one slice, which means 2, and a side salad.
Fantastic. Now, McNally
Did not spend $6.
did not spend.
Let's find out how much.
Please
this
share with
was
our
for
listening
us.
audience.
I fed a few families with what I got for
Small
lunch.
Yeah.
So, Dantes, I love Dantes. Dantes is great, but their pizza is wonderful. And let me tell you, their buffalo chicken pizza, we mistakenly moved away from Hickory after 9 years. We were there for 18 months in another community that should not be named. I was away for a week, and I said, we got to move back because I need Dantes.
You're having like detox.
We tried a couple other buffalo chicken pizzas. We stepped out.
Yeah.
You know, I'm ashamed to admit it, but we stepped out on Dante's buffalo chicken pizza, and we
man.
stepped right back in because I want everybody that's listening, just close your eyes unless you're driving.
Is that on?
Think about the best buffalo wing you've ever had in your life. Now put that on a pizza and get rid of the bones. Dante's does it right. It's not sitting there with a drizzle. It is thick, juicy piece of
Spread
chicken.
out.
They're not crunchy, overdone. It's done perfect.
So good.
Covered in cheese, plenty of cheese. The sauce is covers the whole thing. It's not just, I got a bite of hot sauce. Oh, I didn't. No, you know every bite that you're eating buffalo chicken pizza done well.
I wish people could see you right now. It's like
I'm
your
excited.
eyes are rolling
I'm
in the back of
sweating,
your head.
kinda, thinking about it a little bit. So
a little worked
gonna run
up.
I got
back,
one of
y'all. He's
those, and it
gonna
was
run
one
it
of those
back.
very much like Mary Margaret. Like, I'm bad for going to a restaurant and being like, okay, this worked. I'm getting this every time. So usually for us, it's 9 times out of 10, we do the same thing with the family, get a pizza, go home, or maybe we'll get, Christina and I, we'll get an Italian sub. It's good. I stepped out today, got the Philly sub. I won't get the Philly sub again. No offense, Dantes. I hope you still let me in. But I'll just tell everybody, buffalo chicken pizza is where it's
like-
at. I love it. Like, I'll give Dantes 8 out of 10. I'll give the buffalo chicken pizza a 25 out of 10. That
7
I'm
out of 7.
selling it.
7 out of 7.
I'm selling it. Girls, now let me tell you something, because you guys are a big part of this. This is kid-friendly. Dantes. Who here likes Dantes?
Me.
Now, what is your favorite thing at Dantes? Izzy, or whoever. Izzy, what you got?
I like pepperoni. Out of
Just pepperonis? They
Can't
just give you
go
a
wrong
hand of
with pepperoni.
pepperonis? Or
Can't go
pepperoni
wrong.
what?
Pizza.
Pizza?
Yeah, pepperoni pizza.
Because it's delicious? What about
I
you?
like cheese pizza. Cheese pizza.
So we got two cheeses and one pepperoni. And their pepperoni pizza, it's not that really, really thin, flimsy, kind of greasy pepperoni. It's thicker. It's delicious.
It's fresh.
It is.
I can smell it.
Oh, she can smell it, and she's not. Can you smell it on my breath? Okay, good. I was getting a little concerned
Because your
here.
dad's sweating it out right now.
I sweat buffalo chicken pizza.
Smell it.
Daddy, you smell
Yeah.
like buffalo chicken.
Yeah, Mommy's going to see our debit card today and know Daddy was taste testing for the show. I'm going to use that as an excuse every couple of
Sure,
weeks.
That's what it's called.
We love Dante's, don't we?
It's a great spot for families and stuff as well.
There's no leftovers, let me tell you. You just don't plan on going home to eat final leftovers.
Yeah, I didn't bring any for y'all. Sorry.
I was trying to take a picture of everyone eating today, and I looked down, and your dad's like licking the plate, and Moose is over here about to be sick because he's so full. I mean, it was big time today at Dante's.
That's right.
We-
Let me just segue too. If you want to go on the light side, their tuna salad's great. Like the salads are great. Chef salad.
Wah, wah,
I'm
wah.
telling you. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for trying to watch my girl's figure. But I'm just saying, tuna salad is delicious. Sorry, McNally. You can
I don't have
continue on
real
here.
estate to spare for salads when I go to Dante's. It's straight up.
Yeah, well, when you go 4 to 8 times a month to Dante's,
You gotta mix it up a little
You
bit.
got to mix it up a little bit.
Now, I will say that you had the Philly sub today. You were not impressed by it, which is
It
fine.
was not my-
You're right. However,
I mean, Babe Ruth didn't home run every time.
That's right. But you put those Philly pieces on a pizza.
You did say that was your thing,
and it's
too.
one of my favorite pizzas. We like to order buffalo chicken pizza and a Philly pizza, and it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
I would just encourage you to try it.
Well, you heard my girls. They're straight up old school. It's pepperoni or cheese, and then the missus and I,
Yeah.
and will give us a bottle of ranch dressing and a buffalo chicken pizza, and she has her 2 pieces, and then I go into the
Take the rest.
crush it.
Nice.
It is so good. I love that
Well,
place.
maybe, Moose, give everybody a little idea. In case you are one of the unfortunate locals that have never been to Dante's,
Shame
give
on
them a
you.
little idea of what it's like in there.
On the inside of Dante's Pizza, first of all, it's counter service. You walk up and walk into the door, and you're met by some teenage girls. I think they're very nice ladies. They
This could be headed down south
No,
real
it's
quick.
not. I
Yeah.
promise.
Change, quick, divert, go.
This is why we have Jay in there for the editing process. Appreciate you, Jay.
Keep that in.
You walk in, give your order to the ladies. They bring it to your table. Very small, quaint place. Listen, if Mary Margaret made a great point. If they had an outdoor patio, something like that, still full. It would be full no matter what.
It was packed today.
It was packed, absolutely packed. Still got our food in less than 10 minutes.
It was awesome. And it is, ambiance is definitely kind of what you would expect from a small, hometown
Sure.
pizza and sub joint.
Booths and
Yeah.
tables, +1 for golf decor on the wall. Steve Hamilton is the owner. He's an avid golfer and is an absolute stick. He can really hit it.
Not to mention, today we were joined by some of Hickory's finest with former police chief Tom Atkins and current police chief Thurman Wisnett, along with their deputies right there, enjoying some of Dante's finest there as well.
Along
Dante's
high
is the
school kids, business folks. I mean, it's that sort of spot.
It was a weird mix.
And
People-
kind of building on, hopefully in a safe space, where Moose was going with the counter service with the
high school
teenagers.
girls, yeah.
Now, I will give them credit because, everybody talks about, workers and young people in work. I have always been pleased and impressed when I go there with the customer service. They are quick. They don't wait around for you to ask them or tell them that you need something. They
Yes.
are on it. They're pleasant every time. So I know that sounds like an old man get off my lawn sort of comment. No, they are great, and it's
Yeah.
a lot of time. And he really focuses on bringing in those students to give them that work experience.
Yep.
And they do a great job.
Yep. Happy to support them in the area. Dante's, again, for those of you that have not been there, you can get delivery, pick up at a drive-through window, which is also very nice, or eat-in service.
Yeah,
So-
just a side note about the drive-through. Call in before
Absolutely,
you
yeah.
can't order at the drive-through window. You have to call in and then you pick it up.
Yes, pickup window. But it is definitely, as they said, an institution, something we highly recommend.
Buffalo chicken.
Doesn't matter what
Tuna
you
salad.
order, but it's a really good eat. So yeah, you guys got anything else on that? I mean, any more times you can say buffalo chicken
Buffalo,
pizza?
dude,
Buffalo chicken
honestly, that was a
pizza.
couple hours ago. I need my nap so that I can go back and get another one this afternoon.
Moose had it 2 days in a row.
I did.
Dante's.
Yeah. Funny story. Yesterday, we had the Ashley and I had
Life goals.
yeah, of course. The typical "what do you want for dinner" conversation, and she said, "Let's go to Dante's." I was like, "Well, I'll meet there tomorrow. Sure, let's go to Dante's."
Oh, and the best part is you said that typally that's your Friday, which would
Yeah,
be
it
then
is
tomorrow.
typically-
So you might go for the
it typically
trifecta.
would be the Friday, and so we're going 3 days.
Make us
in a row.
proud.
Yeah, I'm getting the buffalo chicken pizza.
Do it, champ. Do it.
Buffalo chicken pizza. I'll let you know how it goes on that
Yes, absolutely. Well, awesome. Again, we encourage you to check that out, as well as some of the events we went over today, the Big Splash. And thanks to everybody here for bringing up our wonderful education system and all the opportunities that we have here in the area. Welcome back to school, all the families out there listening. Good luck to all the kids, and congratulations to all the parents for making it through another summer.
Way to go, folks.
Way to go. Way to go.
Thanks to
And-
McNally children. Appreciate you
Yes,
girls coming
thank
in.
you so much for being here, girls. Yeah, we can't wait to start seeing some good posts on social media of all the back to school pictures. They're about to happen. So anyway, thanks everybody for listening. Again, we are Street Circle Drive here promoting the city we love, which is Hickory, North Carolina. If you want to find out more about us, please check us out on themesh.tv. Got some bios up there, guys. We put our bios of who we are on our webpage, so
Nice.
people can really know a little bit more about us.
Official.
Yep. If you have any questions, comments, or recommendations that we should try out, maybe put a review on the show for, feel free to shoot us a line. You can email us at info@themesh.tv, or you can even call our voicemail line, which is 828-619-0048, and leave us a voicemail. We can either play it on the show or we can keep you anonymous if you have any bad feedback. But you can find The Mesh on Facebook and Twitter as well. We're all over the place, but no matter how you find us, thanks for listening, and we hope to have you back here on the show. Again, thanks again from Street Circle Drive.
You've been listening to The Mesh, an online media network of shows and programs ranging from business to arts, sports to entertainment, music to community. All programs are available on the website as well as through iTunes and YouTube. Check us out online at themesh.tv. Discover other network shows and give us feedback on what you just heard.